Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making African threading using Brazilian wool. So I'm going to start with 6 strands of Brazilian wool. I'm just going to place that on my hair and start wrapping it around. So you want to make sure that the part you're using to wrap your hair is longer than the other side. So make sure that you wrap as close as possible, that way it just looks better. So African threading is known to stretch out your hair without using heat on your hair, but using Brazilian will just make it look more cute, and you can carry this for a few days before taking it out. So I'm just going to start wrapping. This hairstyle is really simple and straight to the point. Just place the Brazilian wool on your hair and start wrapping until you get to the end of your hair. So the Brazilian wool that I'm using for this protective hairstyle is an old Brazilian wool from a previous protective hairstyle. So if you have any old Brazilian wool lying around, you can use it for this hairstyle. But if you're using a new Brazilian wool, you will need around 4 to 5 Brazilian wool, depending on how long your hair is or the size you're going for. If your hair is shorter than mine, you might use less. So I'm just going to keep wrapping until I exhaust that. So now I'm going to add another Brazilian wool and just continue wrapping. So I'm going to add 4 Brazilian wool. I started with 6 strands of Brazilian wool, but now I'm going to add 4 strands of Brazilian wool. When you get to the end of your hair, add less so that the ends of your hair is not too bulky. So when I'm all done, I'm just going to tie that. I'm just going to secure it with a knot so that it doesn't unravel. So I'm going to tie it again to make sure that the end is fully secured. And guys, one thing you don't want to do when making this hair is to make it tight. Make it very loose so that your scalp doesn't hurt, because if your scalp hurts, trust me, you will not be able to sleep. If you're making a protective style, it is not supposed to hurt and it's not supposed to be very tight, because that defeats the purpose of a protective hairstyle. So make sure you're making it very loose on the roots. And again guys, make sure that you're starting off on a clean hair. So my hair is washed. I washed my hair 3 days prior to this protective hairstyle, and I used the same parts from this twist because the parts were still clean, so I didn't feel the need for a new part. So guys, this hairstyle is not time consuming. It is easy to make because all you're doing is just wrapping the Brazilian wool around your hair until you get to the end of your hair, and then just secure it with a knot so it doesn't unravel. So yeah, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. So guys, I'm all done, and lastly I'm going to apply virgin hair fertilizer to my edges and my scalp. Virgin hair fertilizer helps to grow out your edges and helps with itchy scalp. It has menthol in it, so it really helps to soothe the scalp. So lastly, I'm just going to style my hair. I'm just going to hold everything in one direction, one section of my hair. I'm going to hold it in one direction and then use Brazilian wool to wrap it to the end. I'm using 4 strands of Brazilian wool because it's already a lot, so I don't want it to be too bulky. I just want to hold everything together in place. So I'm just going to keep wrapping, and when I exhaust that, I'm going to add more Brazilian wool as I go until I get to the end. So when doing this, make sure that you don't pull too much. Make sure that you give your scalp room to breathe so that your scalp doesn't hurt. So I started adding less Brazilian wool as I go. I started with 4 strands of Brazilian wool and I started adding 2 strands towards the end of the hair. So this part you don't really need much Brazilian wool. You just need enough to just hold everything together. So when I'm all done, I'm just going to cut the excess and then just leave few strands so that I'll be able to use it to hold my hair up. So guys, if I had started off this hairstyle really tight, this would have been a lot of pulling on my scalp and it would have hurt because I'm trying to put my hair up so that it stays secured and so that I'm able to sleep comfortably at night. So I'm just going to pass that through one of my hair and then just tie it down. I'm going to tie it for the second time to make sure that it is secured. I'm just going to use a scissors to cut the remaining Brazilian wool. This came out really nice and tension free. So guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.